invasion of England without ever setting a foot on England. Is this possible? Am I going to get everything? I'm going to get everything in England. Oh my goodness, enforced demands. Enforced demands. England, no. Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome into the game. We are playing the legendary King Mega Chad of Romagna. You might remember in our last CK3 video, the lovely Queen Matilda of Romagna had an incredible run, making a whole bunch of money and prestige via mass divorcing her poor husband. But sadly, she ended up dying of a seizure only about 10 days ago. That leaves the entire kingdom upon the shoulders of King Mega Chad. We're going to turn him from being the pretty decent Mega Chad that he is to becoming a 100 stat man and turn him into becoming God himself. At the moment, he's a bit of a melancholic character, but we're going to make sure that he becomes the strongest being in this known universe. How are we going to make him become a god? Well, we're going to have him convert to the Norse mythology. Now, this is of course a little bit of a challenge because the year is 1100 AD, and as you can see, the Norse faith is not doing too hot right now. They only hold about 5 provinces, and they're very close to accidentally being expunged from existence. So it's going to be up to Mega Chad here, the faithful Catholic that he is, to convert to a superior faith and then become the god of said faith. And now, ladies and gentlemen, a message from today's video sponsor. That's right, we brought back 100 Statman because Microsoft decided to bribe me with copious boxes of tea. And you know what? It worked. So what is the Xbox Game Pass? Well, very quickly, it's a monthly subscription service where you hand over $1 to gain access to a fantastic array of games containing not only just Crusader Kings free, also Microsoft Flight Simulator, and some of my other favorite games of all time, like Totally Accurate Battle Simulator, Age of Wonders Planetfall, and my personal favorite game for absolute psychopaths like myself, it's that Untitled Goose Game, my goodness. Now, the reason why it's pretty decent is because effectively, if you're ever concerned about buying a game like, say, Crusader Kings free, it's got a great big 50 quid price tag next to it. Well, guess what? If you have never used the Game Pass before, you can pick up Crusader Kings free and play it for an entire month off of the back of a single $1. And if it's your kind of game, then guess what? You can continue your subscription service. It's absolutely incredible. You get to play what is honestly the best strategy game of this entire year, all for the low cost of 23,000 Vietnamese dong, which is honestly quite a bargain. Now, of course, we need to actually convert Mega Chad into becoming a really powerful character, so we'll be using Daddy Pika's cheat menu, the greatest mod for this game in existence, to create a very powerful character. Naturally, we're going to scroll right down to the bottom and give our character minus 100% stress gain. Oh, what's this? You gain the trait Watch the Spiffing Brit? Mega Chad watches the Spiffing Brit and thus removes all stress, as it should be. Perfect, this makes 100% sense. Mega Chad, you have very high quality tastes. We're also going to get rid of our tyranny gain, get rid of our build time so that God will build everything. We'll also crazily boost up our development, our incredible piety. Mega Chad is very religious. Yes, Mega Chad wants to become God. We'll also boost up his prestige. Mega Chad knows how to gain attention. Yes, he's really good at making clickbait thumbnails. And also he's a gold digger. Yes, perfect Mega Chad. Now we're going to also boost on a whole bunch of health bonuses. So he's going to become Mega Chad the Health Chad. So we'll basically have our character last a lot longer. And, you know, we'll also press the Become 100 Statman button. Why not? Cup of tea in hand, please. Yes, that's right, ladies and gentlemen. Grasp that cup of Yorkshire tea in hand. We're about to gain 100 Statman. Look at that trait bonus. Mega Chad is a legend among legends, genius among geniuses. You cannot win against this character. You need to accept your fate. Look at that. 2000% fertility, godlike health boost, and a huge amount of lifestyle experience to boot. Oh, Mega Chad, just look at you. You look insane. Absolutely incredible. Now, naturally, we need to become God, and the best way to become God is to reform a unreformed faith, in our case the Asatru religion, which is effectively the Norse mythology. At the same time, we've now become insanely powerful, and there is no way to stop us. But of course, in order to become a Norse character, we need to probably hold a bit of Norse territory. What's the best way to do that? Well, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to present to you the cheesiest way in the universe that you can steal land in this game. What you're going to want to do, set your spy masters to support your schemes, and we're going to have our Archbishop fabricate a Claymore medal pad here. It'll be lovely, it'll take a little bit of a while, but don't worry, as soon as we get about halfway through our claim, we're going to start doing some very creative things. Now the thing is, of course, if you actually want your character to last a really long time in this game and almost become an immortal like Mega Chad, here's the best way you can do it. You want to get the event where you get a cat and a dog, and by doing this your character will be almost impossible to kill. At the same time, bam down the whole of body tree and get the lovely boost to give you a nice bit of extra health, and finally pick up a lovely dynasty perk. But of course, if you want to gain the 100 stat side of a 100 stat man without using a cheat, then your best way is actually very easy. Simply hop into the lifestyle tree, select diplomacy, and fill out the entire family hierarchy tree. This works great if you're playing a Norse character or a Sunni character where you can have multiple wives. Alternatively, if you're a Catholic character, try and have as many lovers as possible. The reason why is because at the bottom of this tree, each living child gives you 1 random skill point, and just above it, each friend gives you 2 random skill points. Now, what you want to do is basically become friends with all of your children. If you play your cards right, you can probably have about 30 children, and if you're getting free skill points from each of them, well, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? Suddenly those 30 children are outputting 90 skill points. It becomes absolutely insane. But anyway, we're going to absolutely cheese our first war here, because as fun as it would be to sail over our 6,700 men and slam them down on Medilpad, we're going to just, be a little bit cheeky. But just before we do that, I've noticed that Duke Ernst, the rival of our mother, is still alive, and consequently, we cannot stand for this. So what we're going to do is we're going to have Duke Ernst murdered. I mean, Mega Chad is literally a god, so he can kind of snap his fingers and someone will just phase out of existence. And what's this itching for a distraction? The man in charge of cleaning the clothes of Duke Ernst's guards is brought to me. Oh my goodness, no one will notice him tampering with their clothes. If something was distracting, the guards could be planted. Oh my goodness, so this is fantastic. I want you to grind those rose hips real fine. Is this an innuendo paradox? What's this? Anyway, we're going to basically try and sabotage the guards of Duke Ernst so that hopefully his guards won't be there to defend him when naturally we jump and spring our murder scheme on him. Alright, finally after a good bit of work we've managed to actually fabricate a claim on Medilpad here, but just before we go to the war, we're going to do something slightly cheeky. We're going to try and abduct him. Now, why on earth are we going to try and abduct this lovely king here? Well, the reason why is very simple. If you're ever struggling to actually defeat an enemy in the game, you want to try and expand your land, well, hop onto the Intrigue tree here and pick up Kidnapper. It allows you to abduct characters, and it's honestly actually surprisingly easy to pull off. Now, the reason why abducting a character is very interesting is because we can start an abduction scheme on the lovely King Akka of Meperland here, and in 11 months' time, we'll have a 95% chance of abducting him. And in 11 months' time, we'll be popping off our very unique trap and hopefully stealing one of the few remaining Norse territories in the game. Right now, Duke Ernst, you don't have long to live. 1 month left, in fact. Oh, we have a son, and he's handsome, my goodness. That's the most handsome man I can imagine. Ah, of course, Human Shrek. May you grow to be a strong and wise, my son, Prince Human Shrek. Right now, here we go. This is the way to cheese any war in the game. So we're going to try and abduct the petty King Akka of Nordland here, but of course we have a claim and we can declare our war whenever we like, so the scheme has come to an end. What we're going to do is we're just going to move this over to one side of the screen, hit declare war. Now technically, sure, we don't need to do this, but let's say hypothetically we had no men, we weren't in a situation to fight, or rather I'm too lazy to sail all my boats over there. Well, what we're going to do, we're going to keep this window up, we're going to hit declare war, and now that we're at war with the petty King of Akka, we're going to have a 95% chance to abduct him. And lo and behold, there we go, we immediately abduct him just on the day the war starts, and wabam, now we can finish the war. The war started and lasted 3 days, all because we captured the king whilst he was walking through the countryside. This strategy is so brokenly overpowered, it is insane, because you can literally have a claim on, I don't know, the entire Byzantine Empire, and to have a plot to abduct the emperor. Doesn't matter what you're going for, because you can just fire off your plot, capture the emperor, and then peace out, job done. And that is how to win every single war with an intrigue character. You thought you might need a warrior, a fighter, someone with high martial to win you these battles. Nope, you just need a couple of bandits and a shadily lit highway. But suddenly all the Norse lands can be yours. Anyway, we're going to enforce our demands, take control of Nordland, and that's perfect. Technically this land is held by Count Akka here, but actually this isn't going to make any difference. We're just going to immediately have him imprisoned. This is an act of tyranny, but come on, I'm 100 stat man. And there we go, now that he's in prison, we're going to revoke his title, and it's going to become ours. Yes, that makes a few people in our lands a little bit upset, but I mean, come on, we're 100 stat man, we're majestic. It doesn't matter what we do, we're always going to be loved. So there we go, this territory is now ours. It doesn't particularly like us because they're Swedish, but what we're going to do is we're going to move our realm capital here. We're going to move all the way from Farines and move our capital over to this random territory. Now, by holding this territory, we can switch our culture and religion over to becoming a Norse faith, or alternatively, we can get ourselves married to a random Norse lady lying around here and then convert off of the back of her religion, which is nice and simple. That's the way that the game wants you to do it. So we are now a Norse king. Admittedly, our emperor in the HRE is probably not going to be too happy by this news, but it's okay because the the guy's 51 years old and I have a brand new plan. We're going to attempt to abduct the Emperor of the HRE. Sure, he's 51 years old, but it's going to be fine. Alright, and what we're going to do is we're going to go into the decision section and hit convert to the local culture of the capital. So this is actually going to switch us over to the Swedish culture. Yeah, this will be fun. It'll probably convert us to becoming the cultural head. So there we go, we're bam. We're not the cultural head, it's some random dude in Sweden. Well, that's fine. We'll actually need to take control of their kingdom because the Emperor of Sweden, guess what? He's a Catholic, which does mean we can do an invasion on his kingdom. You know what we're going to do? We're going to go on a pilgrimage. Why not? It's going to cost us a whole bunch of gold, but it's fine. Let's go on a long pilgrimage to Brunswick. It's time to depart, yes. Now that we're a devoted Norse character, it makes sense for us to go on a pilgrimage. One minor issue, however, is that, well, the Emperor of the HRE has discovered the existence of our scheme to abduct him, and so consequently is probably going to be a little bit pissed off. Look, just please don't worry about it, Mr. Emperor of the HRE. I'm sure you can just all forget about it. Anyway, now that we've actually finished our pilgrimage, we've walked in the footsteps of our forebearers, and we've gained a whole bunch of piety, it's time for us to actually take a look at what we need to do to become God. Now, in order to reform a faith, the rules are pretty simple. We would need to hold at least 3 of their holy sites, and we'd need to then switch around the tenets and the doctrines to become absolutely incredible and become the god of this new religion. Now, in order to capture these 3 holy sites, we're going to need to grab hold of Denmark, Sweden, and also this lovely one up here, Ranheim in Norway. Or I suppose we could sail all the way down the coast and steal a bit of England. That's always good fun. Oh, and fantastic. This is perfect. Another highway attack. My agents tell me Emperor Heinrich is planning to travel from Klinberg to Ansbach. Look, I'm absolutely incredible when it comes to German pronunciations here. You may please bow to my glory of British pronunciations in the comment section, but now that we actually have him on the back foot, we can take him as our prisoner. Now, it's only going to cost us 150 gold, and trust me, this is worthwhile to win every single war you're ever going to do, and what we're going to do is hit our lovely emperor here with a simple declaration of war just for basic independence. So we hit him with an independence war. This is of course very spooky, and what we're going to do is then immediately try and abduct him. Now that means that this war has come to an end 3 days later. I really hope he likes his brand new quarters. Oh my goodness, you poor sausage. You haven't even had time to raise up a military yet, my friend. Now we could of course execute him on the spot and gain a whole bunch of piety because the Norse peoples absolutely love it when you chop the head off of an emperor, but instead we're going to actually sanction for our own independence. There we go. We are now the Kingdom of Romagna, free from the shackles of the Holy Roman Empire, and one day we can try and do a kingdom invasion. This would be absolutely insane because it means we could steal, well, the entirety of Germany. So fantastic. Now that we're free, we need to get control of some of these Norse landing points, and for that we're going to declare war and seize the capital duchy of Sweden. Now of course there's a whole bunch of fun wars you can do, like for example raid for captives, but instead we're going to do a conquer duchy. It's only going to cost us 300 piety, and now we're at war with the entirety of Sweden. But it's okay because, ladies and gentlemen, King Megachad himself is going to lead these armies into battle, and have you seen how strong he is? This man has 110 strategic points, and so we're going to march him straight into his first little siege. The siege is only going to take 26 days of course because we have so many catapults, and there we go. A few days later we've taken that. We're going to siege down the next fort. That's once again only going to take us a few days. Good stuff. And now straight onto the capital province. Oh Sweden, you thought you could defend against the Vikings by being good Vikings yourself? Well, you were wrong, my friend. What's this? Is this an army? Is the King of Sweden in multiple wars? Oh yes they are. That's why there's all these armies walking around the lands. I wondered where they'd be from. Oh King of Sweden, you poor little sausage. Things are not looking too good for you right now. We're at 67% success on the war score. Let's go siege down even more regions, and because of that final siege we have a glorious success and we can enforce our demands, and now we control these lovely territories. Look at this. Absolutely perfect. Now this is fantastic because this puts the first Norse holy site under our control. Look at that. Holy site controlled by the Asatru faith. Lovely. Now of course he converted the territory to Catholicism, but it's not going to matter because we're going to build the Grand Temple. This is going to give us an additional tax, a whole bunch of levies, and our realm is going to become even more pious and legendary. It's going to take us 7 months, but it's going to be worth it. Alright, so that's one holy site down, 2 more to go. Now logically our next target is going to be Denmark because they control Sigilland here. My pronunciation once again absolutely flawless, and we're going to actually just conquer only that title. We're not even going to aim for anywhere else. Now let's raise up our legendary army once again. Now bring it 20,000 men, and we're going to sail them right the way down to Denmark. Oh, and in just a few days we've managed to siege down the capital. Now let's take scanner, famously a piece of Sweden. So Scanner here once again gets sieged down in just a few days, and I'm noticing that's a Danish army right there. Where are you sailing your little army off to? Nope, you're going back to the capital province, right? Well, we'll catch you there. You think you can siege back your capital? It'll take you 3 months, my friend. Okay, how is the battle looking? Statistically speaking, I don't know how this game is calculating it, but the forces we're attacking are of a higher quality. However, the battle is going to be even, as the Danes are in debt. I have a better army commander, I have a better commander traits, I have more soldiers, and they've recently disembarked, but it's going to still be an even battle. Something tells me this 20,000 men versus 2,000 men is not going to be an even battle at all. Oh no, who could have seen that one coming? Oh, poor King Ulf of Denmark. Oh, it was not looking too great for you. Your entire army has just evaporated. Oh, these poor Danes. They really were not expecting literally God to descend from the heavens and evaporate their armies. Wait, when did Mega Chad have that incredible moustache? Has he just developed it? I like it, Mega Chad. That's very fancy. Right, and there we go. We've managed to capture Roskilde here, and we can build yet another grand temple to boost our entire realm and make it even more powerful. There we go. These grand temples are actually brilliant. Really good stats on them. Oh, we could found a holy order. This sounds like a great idea. Yeah, let's just found a holy order. Where can I slap down a holy order? Can I just plonk him in Romagna? Perfect. Right, we're going to found a holy order all the way over here in Sweden, which will be perfect. There we go. Let's just found a random holy order. The Jorms Vikings have been founded. Lovely. These are very spooky men's. Because I'm the only Norse dude around, this means that effectively they will become my own personal additional army. Look at that. 1,000 lovely men ready to join whatever. Now with that second holy site under our belt, we should probably actually start getting some conversions in. So let's convert the faith of Upland here. And then we also need to do a little bit of an adventure, because there's another holy site, ladies and gentlemen, all the way the other side of Norway. That's right, it's just over here. It's Trondheim, of course, yes, once again nailing that pronunciation. And we're going to declare a war for this little region because it's just going to be perfect. We could do an invasion of the kingdom and just take the entirety of Norway. In fact, that's surprisingly viable. And hang on a second, I have a pretty crazy idea. If I was to do an invasion of kingdom against England, and then, no, there's no way this would be allowed. There's no way. Right, I have an idea. I have a very crazy idea. We're going to try and abduct the King of England. And then as soon as we abduct him, we're going to hit him with the invasion casus belli. And provided everything goes correctly, this would technically mean we could invade the entirety of England without having to step foot in England and just take the entire region. Anyway, we're going to declare war on Norway because I'd like to steal this one remaining holy site. So let's once again raise up our massive army and send it off to battle. Right, we're just going to walk all the way across the mountains and try and steal this from Norway. Norway does have 5,000 men, so technically, oh, here we go. This is the fight. We actually have a battle here, ladies and gentlemen. 5,000 Norwegians have arrived, ready to fight. It's going to be a even chance yet again for this fight, ladies and gentlemen. 20,000 men versus 5,000. The game says it's even, but of course we know that it's not actually even, and we've just evaporated the entire enemy lines. No survivors. Actually, no, I tell a lie. 12 entire survivors. Wow. Okay. That was not the best fight at all, was it, Norway? And perfect. This war comes to an end as we've stolen the lovely holy site. Good job. Perfect stuff, man. We can now disband and go home. And technically, I think that means, are we able to reform the faith? Yes, we can. We've got enough holy sites to reform the Norse faith. Look at that. Some would say it's horrific border gore, and that technically we should probably convert the counties from being Catholic to actually being Asatru, but you know, it's all fine. So what we're going to do is we're going to convert our faith and found a brand new religion, ladies and gentlemen, and it's going to be very jazzy. I just received an offer. What's that, Mega Chad? Have you got an offer for the lovely ladies and gentlemen at home watching this video? That's right, it's the best offer you've ever offered ever. My goodness. Mega Chad's telling me that the first 10,000 people to like this video won't be obliterated in the coming end times, which will be caused by him snapping his fingers and consequently rupturing a hole through reality and perfectly balancing our population in half. So if you want to guarantee your survival, then definitely listen to Mega Chad. My goodness, it's a once-in-a-lifetime offer. Right, whatever chaos do you have for us, Mega Chad? Right, now welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the lovely realms of King Mega Chad, Matilda's son. That's right, we are the son of Matilda. Now what we're going to do is we're in a perfect spot to actually reform our faith. Now of course there are a whole bunch of fun ways we can improve our faith. Immediately we're going to change some things up though. We're going to reform our faith, and by doing so we're going to get rid of human sacrifice. I know, we just don't want it, and instead we're going to replace it with something much nicer. It's ritual cannibalism, ladies and gentlemen. gentlemen. Yay! Everyone's favorite bonus. Gives everyone 2 piety and makes everyone love you if you're a cannibal. And then we're also going to get rid of ancestor worship and instead replace it with pursuit of power. This gives us an incredible amount of bonuses and basically letting us do an invasion casus belli or just a conquest casus belli on anyone we border. The head of faith is naturally going to just become us, so we'll have a lay clergy installed and now we can have a temporal god. This basically means as we're the person creating the religion, we will become its god. There we go. For 8,600 piety, it's time to become god. Let us go. We have a pursuit for power and we've lost the patronage of our holy order. What's happened to them? It doesn't matter, for the Asatru Reformation has happened. At long last, I've managed to gather every important Godi in the world together so that they can discuss our beliefs and establish an official doctrine. That's right, we've gotten rid of ancestor worship and now we eat our ancestors. It's much more intelligent, trust me. The world will see that Odin favors us, of course, because my goodness, we're so damn jazzy. I mean, just look at this incredible religion that we've made. It is just beautiful. Now, I'm 90% certain it is very viable to actually become a cannibal via torturing some of our lovely prisoners, maybe even just holding a feast, because I mean, surely everyone's a cannibal in my kingdom, or in the very least we make it a positive, then one cannibal will hopefully rock up and convert us to their glorious way of life. This is just the logic which I'm going off of, by the way. And there we go, that's the end of the feast. Okay, sadly I didn't become a cannibal, but what's this? Peasant rabble? Rally the troops. Oh, peasants, my friends. You think 1,000 peasants is enough to defeat me? Oh, you have 6,000 in total. Okay, right, I take that back. Oh, but what's this? We managed to successfully fabricate our plot to kidnap King Simon Mab Robert of England. He's within reach, ladies and gentlemen. Now what we're going to do is we're basically going to run into his bedroom and kidnap him in a burlap sack. But in order to actually do this, what I'm going to have to do is disband all of my armies so that I can hit the declare war button here. And we're going to go for the invade kingdom casus belli and then hit I like the sound of this plan. And hopefully, wabam! Oh, we've done it. Invasion of England without ever setting a foot on England. Is this possible? Am I going to get everything? I'm going to get everything in England. Oh my goodness, enforced demands. Enforced demands. England, no. Oh no. Gabe, oh, you shouldn't let me do this, Gabe. Oh, that's not okay. That's not allowed at all. That's so unfair. That's so broken. Oh, in the decisions, can I do consecrate bloodline? I can. The Asatru gains a whole bunch of favor. I get the savior bonus. Oh, can I just consecrate my own bloodline because I am the Pope? Of course I can. Right, let's perform the final rites, gain a whole bunch of renown. Lovely stuff. And there we go. We are now Mega Chad the Divine. Oh my god. Oh, and what's this? Some peasants defending the mountain pass of Trent? Well, I'm afraid, peasants, that's it. You've just been evaporated. Right, come on, show me where this peasant revolt is taking place. Let me burn them down. Of course the peasants wandered all the way up through the HRE to get my random land sat inside the HRE. It makes perfect sense. Right, let's just follow them all the way up. And there we go. Glorious success. The peasant uprising has been put down. This poor random Catholic peasant leader guy, you know what, we can actually negotiate his release. Let's get him to convert to our religion, and there you go, you can now be out in the wider world as a brand new Norse follower. Now of course, because we've got our glorious victory off, we're able to hit the restore Danelaw button. This will convert Mega Chad from being Mega Chad the Divine to becoming Mega Chad the Dane, and we will create the Kingdom of Danelaw. It will also give us the Scandinavian elective succession, which is brilliant. It will destroy the Kingdom of England, and it's going to be absolutely fantastic. There we go. As the laws of the Danes once ruled these lands, they shall once again. Wabam! Dane law! A brand new age has started. We are no longer the divine, we are the Dane. What have I done? My kingdom. It's absolutely incredible. What do I need to get Empire Britannia? I need more countries, do I? Okay, very well. Let's seize the Kingdom of Scotland. Let's do holy war for kingdom. Right, England is no more. They've now become Flanders and Normandy. They've just basically been thrown out. They're just a brand new place with no real control over the islands, but it's all good. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to speed through my prison here, and I'm going to try and torture as many of these lovely people as possible, just so that hopefully I'm going to fire off trying to actually eat one of them, and by doing so become a cannibal. Hang on a second, is this possible? Does the buy a claim feature allow me to buy the Holy Roman Empire? Okay, I'm going to spend 2,000 piety buying a claim on the Holy Roman Empire. Would this theoretically allow me to now declare war for the Holy Roman Empire? Oh my good god, no. Game, no, that is not an okay feature. You cannot have that level of feature. Okay, so it turns out in the learning section, If you're a scholar, you can use the buy-claim interaction, allowing you to spend either gold or piety buying a claim on someone. You claim basically whatever they hold. So we now hold a claim on the entirety of the Holy Roman Empire. Can we also buy a claim on, I don't know, the Byzantine Empire? We can. Of course we can. We can just buy a claim on anyone, can't we? The Fatimids? Could I buy a claim on the Fatimid Sultanate? Of course I can. Let's try something a little bit crazy and go to war with the entirety of the HRE. Remember, this isn't a holy war, this is just a claim. And the issue is a holy war for a kingdom would only let us get Germany, would also call in every other Catholic in the world. A claim for just the HRE, perfectly fine. Very fair, in fact, and only 450 prestige. Oh god, let's declare the war. Let's declare the war. Let's also move our armies all the way over so they spawn straight in the center of the HRE. We can also hire some mercs, because why not? Let's recruit some of these lovely guys. Now we can merge this lovely army up together. We can have this army go off and do things whilst the main army is busy. Oh, this is just fantastic. This is absolutely insane. Oh, HRE Emperor, you have no idea what's coming your way. You think your 10,000 men are going to stop you? You're an adulterer, a bold atheist, but it's okay. We're going to certainly cause a fair bit of an upset. My goodness. Burn down this lovely little fort here. What's that? The HRE are fighting my men here? Oh no, only there was a glorious hero who could come in and save the day. Lovely stuff. This is a call to war from my brother against the Pope. Wait. Hang on a second, you're doing a holy war for the archbishopric of some random place. You're asking me to attack the entire pope? Okay, fine, why not? Let's go for it, this will be fun. Now, theoretically, I probably shouldn't even have declared the war. I should have instead just asked to try and abduct the guy, because sadly, you can't start an abduction event whilst you're at war with someone. No, that would be too easy, game. So instead, you have to prepare your cheats before you go to war. And finally, in 110 AD, the pope can now have access to crusades. He's 61 years old, a dwarf, and he's wounded, so something tells me this godless adventurer here, who is the Pope, probably isn't going to be having too many crusades, although he does have 16,000 men under his belt. Look at that, 10,000 mercenaries. That is insane. Anyway, the HRE wants to have yet another fight against us, which they will undoubtedly lose. And oh no, did we capture the Duke of Holland? Oh no, my friend, you're about to be tortured. Oh, lovely. Oh, I even learned about his incestuous secret. Oh, you naughty sausage, take him back to his cell. Now let us hit the HRE with the incredible claim on the entire Holy Roman Empire. What do we get from winning this war? The entirety of the HRE, 1,000 fame, 1,000 prestige to be shared. Everyone becomes my vassal, including the Emperor of the HRE. Oh my goodness, this is just unfair. Enforced demands. Look at that. Look at that. We have now become the Holy Roman Empire. Mega Chad the Dane is now the Emperor of the Holy Roman Empire. Oh my good god, this is so broken. This is not fair at all. Oh my goodness, I can nominate a successor, of course, a successor for the HRE, where I get to decide everything. Now I am of course going to vote for Human Trek, my favourite son. Now of course, the main issue with our brand new kingdom is that not everyone in our empire has decided to join our faith. Now there are a few interesting ways we can get around this. Way number one is, because we are so loved, what we can do is create a brand new Norse faith, where once again we are the head, but this time it's brand new and it's made by us. So allow me to present to you the brand new religion of Chaddism. A single follower is a Chad, many followers are Chadders, and its description. There we go, a religion for the most awesome and broest bros around who have the highest stats and drink the best tea. Chaddism now exists. We can select a brand new icon. Oh, look at these fun icons. Let's go for the elephant, why not? He's looking pretty chill. Wabam, Chaddism. Right, now I've sent off a whole bunch of requests to ask people to convert in the HRE, and naturally, because we're such a charismatic and incredibly lovely guy, everyone's going to immediately convert. Suddenly the religious map mode is going to start looking a lot more creative and fun. Look at all these fun little faith hotspots popping up all over the map. Lovely stuff. Oh, praise be to Odin. Blessed be Odin. He is very happy. And you know what? What else can we do? We could theoretically destroy the Catholic faith. Now what we're going to do is declare war on the Pope, because why not? We're down in the area, it makes sense. We're going to raise up our local forces and send them off to fight a very undersupplied Pope army. Lovely stuff. Oh, Pope, my friend, you're not going to be winning these fights. Even though the game says it's balanced, trust me, it's not balanced. What's this? You will lose decisively? I think not. Fighting into a mountains? This is just what Mega Chad does. And immediately, as soon as you defeat one army that the Pope owns, the Pope immediately buys yet another set of mercenaries. Pope now has 15,000 mercenaries. What we're going to do is we're going to try and bring down the walls of the papacy. It's only going to take take us 2 months to bring it down. Right, now we've almost sacked Rome. Here we go. We're getting very close. And wha-bam, there we go. We've taken Rome. Lovely stuff. Perfect. And with that, we can actually just immediately end our war. Enforce demands. They're going to naturally accept. Oh, and there we go. Glorious success. Rome is now ours. Now, what is particularly interesting is that when you actually manage to move your culture into another kingdom, you can steal that culture's unique bonuses. So, for example, as we are the Swedes, we gain the herds bonus, meaning we can recruit the Huskars, which are really, really powerful. But because we managed to accidentally invade Germany, we can now also pick up Stammeshorgatum, which gives us 5% direct vassal opinion. Meaning, theoretically, if we were to move the Swedish culture all the way over to Southeast Asia, we could recruit war elephants. Now that is something that I'd like to see, but probably something for another day, I imagine. Oh my goodness, did we just capture the Pope? We just captured the Pope. Okay, so naturally a truce broke against the Pope, and we've just stolen him. We stole him from his capital seat. Oh, this is brilliant. Right, let's torture him. Oh, I've never tortured the Pope before. We might discover his dark insights. Torture the Pope? Oh, there's a 15% chance he becomes a lunatic. Come on. Nope, he's just been recently tortured. Suppose I could execute him, although I do quite like the idea of just having the Pope be very, very upset by us. So let's just enforce our demands, steal the Pope's lovely land, glorious stuff, grant the land over to random Scandinavian guys. Oh, and the Pope, you just really don't have that much land left now, do you? Right, now let's do it yet again. We're hopefully going to be stealing even more land from you, Popey boy. The thing is, I want to dismantle the entire Catholic faith, and the best way to do this is to unland the Pope, control all of Italy, and then you can just basically ruin Christianity forever. There we go, we've taken the Pope's capital. Let us enforce our demands. That's even more land from the Pope. Right, Popey time, it's time for me to steal your one remaining territory. Declare the war. Pope, your time is now. I'm afraid it's not looking too great for you at the moment. Right now, we're going to siege down the Pope's final territory, which will of course be a glorious success as always. Wabam, there we go. We've captured some random prisoner who we can of course torture for fun, and the Pope is now fully ousted from any land he once controlled. Now, sadly, to dismantle the papacy, we would need to actually control the entirety of the region of Italia, because that's just how it works. And so we're going to have to continue our lovely adventure against the Italians. Oh, and we just inherited a whole bunch of lands as well. Yes, we stole even more territory. The HRE is just growing at a terrifying rate. Oh, we have a brand new son. Congratulations. Oh, this is actually perfect. You're going to be landholder. The reason why he's so brilliant is simply because I need him to hold all of the territories that I don't really want to hold on to myself. So congratulations, you've just been given all of my random territories in England, which I don't really want to worry about. You're now the Earldom of Hampshire. And what's this? My wife is a sexual deviant? My goodness. She cheated on me with Duke Penne. Duke Penne, my brother. No. No, she's my wife and he's my brother. No. Oh my goodness, you've done it now, Duke Penne Pasta. I will have you murdered, Duke Penne, and everyone will know of your evil adulteration. My wife. Can I imprison her? Yes, I can imprison my wife. And there we go. Fantastic. We've imprisoned my wife, who we shall torture for obvious reasons, and then finally execute. This is an act of tyranny, causing all subjects to lose zero opinion. It's not an act of tyranny. She was cheating on me, kind of, probably. Right, now let's get married. Right, is there anyone who can get married to me? Anyone at all? Who controls the most land? Right, we will get engaged to this random lady, who I have no idea who she is. I mean, she's not very prestigious, but it's okay. I'm sure she'll be fine. Where does she even come from? She came from the region of Akan, so she came all the way from down here, right up to marry the king, well, the emperor of the HRE, and not just any HRE as well. This is Mega HRE, which is even more impressive and powerful. Right, now I want to cause a little bit more chaos, ladies and gentlemen. I'm thinking ultimate chaos this time, because I'm thinking, what if we decided to, just for completely random reasons, seize the entire Byzantine Empire? Oh, and fantastic, we're gonna have Duke Penne killed. Right, Duke Penne, die, my friend. Lovely stuff. That'll teach you for trying to sleep with my wife, who is now dead, but it's okay, it's all fine. Right, lovely stuff. Let's disband all of our armies. Glorious stuff. I reckon we're now in a prime spot to actually invade the Byzantine Empire. So what we're going to do is fabricate an abduction scheme on the head of the Byzantine Empire, and we're going off on yet another pub crawl with the lads. Brilliant stuff. Oh, and fantastic. We managed to also infiltrate his army, which is brilliant. Oh my goodness, human Shrek has become an astute intellectual. My son, look at you. You are so powerful. My goodness. Right, let's get you married off to someone who is equally as absolutely absolutely fantastic. What about my niece? Is there any incestuous chance there? There is a minor incestuous chance there. Well, it's CK3, so when in Rome, just bang your sister. That's basically how this game works. Right now, sadly, my idea to do a holy war for the kingdom of the Byzantine Empire isn't really going to work because it turns out the Byzantine Emperor does not technically hold the kingdom of Thessalonica here. In fact, no one owns it, meaning I can't steal this entire swathe of land. So instead, what we're going to do is declare a war for just the duchy around Constantinople because Constantinople is so incredibly valuable. Hit declare the war. And you know what, for fun as well, we're not even going to abduct the king. We're just going to sail an army of 23,000 men onto Constantinople and siege it down in just 3 months' time. There we go. Now this is what I call glorious success because hopefully upon sieging down the walls of Constantinople, for the first time ever, we're going to be able to steal this lovely little city and hopefully also gain a whole bunch of fun prisoners because prisoners can be tortured. It's lovely. And there we go, glorious success. We managed to defeat the Emperor of the Byzantines. He's going to hand over all of his lovely land and that gives us Constantinople, quite possibly the most valuable little territory we have. Constantinople is a lovely province. Just look at its huge amount of loot. I mean, of course, the Hagia Sophia Cathedral is brilliant, although we don't get to keep it. But the main reason why I like this is because look at those Theodosian walls. They are just glorious, giving us a whole bunch of lovely bonuses. Right, now, even though I have technically got a truce with the Byzantine Empire, I've naturally bought a claim on the entirety of the Byzantine Empire using just a nice little bit of piety. And we are, of course, only a month away from triggering our imprisonment of the Emperor of the Byzantine Empire. And so consequently, all of his lands are about to become ours. So we're going to hit declare war. We're bam. And now that he's suddenly imprisoned, we have a 100% chance of succeeding. So it doesn't matter that he has 6,000 soldiers because guess what, my friend? You're about to become a vassal. Oh, look at the Holy Roman Empire. It is glorious. Look at this. Is it not majestic? I don't mind that you have a Bogamist faith, whatever that is. We are all about the Norse faith here. It's where all of the best faith stuff happens. It's where the most fun happens. Oh, it's just brilliant. Oh my goodness, this kingdom is incredible. What have I done to you? What have I done to you? This game is no longer perfectly balanced. Feels a little bit broken if I'm not going to lie. Over the course of what is effectively Mega Chad's limited rule, we have managed to grow our empire from the small kingdom of Rome to restoring the entire Norse faith and becoming a god for them. And then of course, most importantly, we invaded the HRE, England, and the Byzantine Empire using a very cheesy strategy of buying a claim and then immediately imprisoning the one guy in charge. This system is absolutely hilariously broken and I love it. Well done developers for featuring it in the game, but it might need a little bit of fixing. And I'm afraid that's all we have in store for today for 100 Statman. If you want to see his adventures continue, then do make sure to give this video a like and hop down in the comment section below to advise me where we should invade next. Do you want to see A, our invasion of France? B, do you want to see us form the Empire of Britannia and start colonizing the world? Or C, would you like to see me try and get elephants? Yes, that's right, war elephants. Hop down to the comment section and leave your vote because it will definitely help us out on our lovely adventure. As always, a massive thank you for watching, and if you're new here, do consider subscribing because we'd absolutely love to have you along for the journey. And of course, thank you to all of my majestic patrons who make these fantastic videos all the more possible. Seriously, without you, we wouldn't be able to make fantastic videos like this, so thank you very much. And of course, once again, a thank you to Microsoft for actually sponsoring this video. If you want to check out the Xbox Game Pass, then hop down to the description and there's a lovely link. As I previously mentioned, it is literally just $1 and you can play this game. It's absolutely fantastic. So why not literally buy and play this game for $1, and if you don't like it and it's not your cup of tea, then fine. And all you've lost is a few thousand Vietnamese dong. All in all, I'd say that's a decent trade. Anyway, I'll see each and every one of you in the next one. If you want to watch another video like this, then I've got a few on screen at the moment, and trust me, you're going to absolutely love them. So have an absolutely fantastic day and goodbye for now.